Hey guys, welcome back to the Vid-Bits. I'm Bray,
And I'm Brian.
and today we're playing some more Destiny 2, and we're diving back into the final shape campaign, which we've been playing on Legendary, which is the way to go in my opinion. It's if you're acclimated to shooters and Destiny in general, I feel like you should give it your go on Legendary. Maybe you find out that you don't really want to do it on the higher difficulty and you want to drop it down later, but I feel like it's just me and Dad just really enjoy the experience. I feel like it almost reminds us of like a Halo Legendary campaign. Uh,
You do yourself a disservice to do it on anything other than Legendary because you will go through it quickly. And then you'll be like, okay. And to me, if you do it on Legendary, the story and stuff takes enough time where you have to figure things out because of the difficulty, and you do enough resets and enough deaths that you can marinate a little bit on the previous chapter and you don't fly right through it. So,
I think you have a step that you have to advance. I
what do
think
you
you
mean?
have to like listen to your ghost talk and or on here. Oh, what? It says all fire team members must be on step 16 or higher. So check your
Okay.
quests, and it's probably just like you're on step 15, which
Even though we've done all of this together.
no, I think at the end of the session last time I talked to the ghost and you didn't. So I listened to that whole.
Oh.
So just go by here. Go by yourself because I can't take you there either. Go into the Pale Heart, and then like it just go and do that one part of your quest, and then hop back in. I'll do inventory management, so you won't be missing out on anything on in the meantime. I'm so glad that they finally added the vault into the orbit space, so you don't have to go all the way to the tower just to dump a couple things off, or
So
have to pull.
do I just go to the I just go to the landing zone?
Yeah, and then you're just gonna talk to the ghost.
It says it's normal. Does that matter?
I don't think so.
Okay.
These need infused up. Okay. I need to quickly make sure sounds all good.
Okay. So I don't know. I don't. What am I supposed to do to advance it? What am I on? Step 16. It says. What are you on? Okay. So should I be good then? But this is I'm on normal. Uh, weren't you the one that was in like the? Weren't you the one that was the party leader like the whole time though? just don't get it. The nightmare of how these situations are coded and all that. I'm glad I don't have to have anything to do with that. If it's starting it right now and it's starting it on normal, that means it's on normal, and that's not what we want, because then we're not going to have completed this on legendary, and we're not going to get the rewards for doing that.
Cade,
I think
if
it's
you
on.
can read us, we're coming with you. What's the plan?
Those big cracks we've seen?
I'm just confused because I don't want anything. Sure.
Crow, Cade, if you can read us, we're coming with you. What's the plan?
Those big cracks we've seen? Light's been spilling out of them like an open wound. I heard something in them up in the mountain. Noises, feelings. Hard to explain.
I just want to make sure the, you know what I mean? I just don't want it to be like that one part that was the reason why we didn't get all of the gear. That's the other reason why we're telling you guys to do it on legendary, is because you're gonna get a set of gear that's gonna be at the soft cap.
Cade and I split up, doing some backtracking, but Glint said he felt a huge source of light somewhere
I
near
just know
you.
that my stuff said.
I couldn't
what?
figure out where it was, but maybe you'll have better luck. It's gotta be tucked away somewhere deep.
Keep comms open. This place is screwy.
Affirmative. Good luck out there.
Okay. Alright, fair enough. No sparrow. What? What's sparrow?
You're going the right way. I've been muted for a second, but it's alright. Dad was just, you know, trying to figure out whether this needed to be on legendary or not, and I was just saying that it doesn't. It's like a patrol mission type deal, but it's just silly that I forgot to turn my mic back on. So now we're looking for the entrance. I'm guessing it's up. Over here.
I think we found something. Resonant image shows us cave for concentration of light. We're going to check it out.
Roger Dodger. So far, nothing out here.
Roger Dodger.
I think we found something. Resonant imaging shows this cave goes pretty deep toward a concentration of light. We're going
Okay,
to check
so
it out.
the above the
Roger
lost
Dodger.
sector
So
symbol,
far, nothing out here.
you're gonna jump and just
When I
keep
close my
advancing upwards.
Clear my head. Ekora said it was like she
I
could hear the
passed
traveler
out.
screaming. I can feel it.
I know exactly what you mean.
You're good.
No.
No, I'm not good. It's not okay. You'll say that to me sometimes, and I'm like, that's how I know you're being unreasonable. When I'm like trying to calm you down, I'm like, oh, it's okay, Dad. And you're like, no, it isn't okay. Like, okay. Well, sometimes you like think,
It's like that. It's like that scene from Empire Records. They like try to tell her, Liz Taylor, it's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. I know it's fine. You freaks out.
well, but then again, it's kind of hard to react properly when someone's telling you, you know, calm down, pretty much.
Yes, I hate that. Like, because when they usually say it, and like they're calm when they say it. One once I learned what being condescending was, being patronizing was, I didn't like to know that I had that happen to me all the damn time.
Yeah.
But then it became very, much like I don't know, like some sort of weird PTSD about how people have fucking played me like that for so long in my life. I was like, that's not gonna happen to me. And also being aware that I had done that to other people. With
Well, yeah,
so
the
I
fact
was
that you
trying to
had.
be more aware of that myself.
So,
Like,
I know
you what I mean?
sometimes I've definitely been like unknowingly condescending.
Yeah, I mean, it's very important to learn how to be tactful when you're talking to someone. And sometimes, even if you're factual and you're very much trying to be helpful, it can come across very smarmy.
Yeah, I think phrasing in the way that you say things is very important. Where are we?
The order in which you say them, the energy in which you put into it, timing.
Yeah, how quickly you say them.
Definitely the timing of when you say them, though. Sometimes somebody isn't ready to hear certain things. Like, would you just say something to our aunt the other day about some food not being like what it's going to be to their expectations, and they're like, "Why are you ruining everything?" Like, well, I guess maybe you just don't need to ruin stuff for them. They should just get to eat garbage.
Well, what it was
Like,
was she
you know
had
what I mean?
something.
Like-
She had something in the freezer for like 4 months, and I'm like, hey, that lobster tail's not gonna be good. 4 months later.
No, I was speaking more along the lines of the ad for the fast food that she saw. That
Oh.
you were like, no, that's not gonna be good. Like,
Oh.
you're like, that's not gonna look like that.
Well,
You're gonna have
I was explaining
unequal
the fact that
expectations.
that specific ad was deceptive because
Well, just
I've eaten
Hollywood
the food
in
at the
general.
place.
Hollywood commercial food. And that,
Yeah.
That, I suppose it's like the urban, there's an expose on HBO that everybody can watch that showed how like they use like glue for milk and cereal and how they use different branches and
Toothpicks
use
to
different
hold
spacers
things
and-
together.
Yeah, cardboard spacers and like, you know what I mean? So like that's not like, you're not breaking the fourth
How is
wall.
that not deceptive like where does that border deceptive marketing, and how can we make it so products are less deceptive?
I think that some lawsuits happen like in the beginning, and then once those initial ones that did get through happen, they're like, okay, now we're gonna have to be more, more transparent, but still at the same sense. To me, like, and this is not a dig on a brand, but say you're looking at a sandwich like the Whopper sandwich from Burger King, and you see how you see how large that sandwich appears. And then if you were to actually get a Whopper sandwich from Burger King, it's not going to be 2 inches thick on a single patty sandwich.
What it is
It's
gonna
gonna be
have 2 inches of is 2 inches of mayonnaise that you will be choking on
I
as
was
you.
trying not to trash that brand.
No, dude, I hate me some Whoppers.
He loved it. I remember when we went to Burger King. Like,
I was so
about
disappointed.
3 or 4 years ago, and he was like,
Yeah.
had a Whopper.
Yeah, that was just beyond
Got him one.
disappointing.
He was like, how could this be so dry and have so much mayonnaise on it? I
Ugh.
don't know. And there's also vegetation on there, so you figure that was a good place.
He said almost as unreasonable as eating corn the long way. Yeah, Manny. Welcome back.
Oh, the dog. Man, is that? You gotta...
Man, eating corn the long way.
What's up, Manny? I don't know, Manny. I want to say that this is a streak for you 2 days in a row.
Hell yeah.
I love it, dude.
Looks like we know what time to stream for Manny. Dude, it's funny, they get us used to all these legendary campaign missions, and then when they have us do like the lost sectors and stuff, we just do the shit out of it because there's no respawn restricted. Like,
What's funny is classic dad move for if when you see my feed, you like, why were you nowhere near where I am? Why are you helping me? She goes outside.
yeah, Chief is still outside.
Okay. Are you aware of
I have one ear cuff on.
I got you.
That's what I normally do when he's outside during stream or when I'm playing, because he's loud enough where I can hear him.
That's cool. You're still repping the zombie community, man. Are you like excited for the next round-based zombies coming out? Are you getting into that?
Yeah. What are your opinions on Black Ops 6? I've legitimately heard nothing beyond they're bringing Gobblegum back and operators are optional. So the fact that operators weren't forced.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah,
That's what they want.
I mean, yeah. If people want to use their operator skins, cool. For me, I would much rather use whatever characters are associated with the storyline.
A witness. Tightening its grip on the traveler. I ain't giving up yet. I'm gonna go check back around the weirdo.
Manny, what is your favorite zombies game? I don't know if I've asked you. I know you said that Black Ops 2 is a comfort game and is, nostalgic for you, but like, what is your favorite COD zombies game?
I ain't giving up yet. I'm gonna go check back around the weirdo tower, see what I can find up there.
I have another deep
Alright.
light telemetric for you,
So we're
Ghost.
doing
It's a bit of a
now the
backtrack,
part
but it's a
2
strong
of this
signal.
mission.
Would you
Thanks,
would you
Glitch.
assume the
We'll check
letdown is
that
going
one
to be
out
more
next.
so because they're only bringing back round-based zombies based because of people's desire to see it?
Your favorite game is it Black Ops 3? I'd say Black Ops 3 has the best quality of life and has the most good maps. I think I have the most nostalgia for Black Ops 2, and I think Infinite Warfare is kind of the black sheep, but also like the interesting game to pick up every once in a while to have a different style of maps.
The energy signature glint detected is somewhere in this region, but there's no clear path. Let's see if we can find a route.
We're using Xbox to communicate.
What would you ask it?
The energy signature glint detected is somewhere in this region, but there's no clear path. Let's see if we can find a route.
If we manage
Alright,
to connect
so-
with the traveler,
Pulled me up. Fuse there too.
what would you ask it?
Besides how to help? Easy. I want my Sundance back. It ain't fair, I'm the only one who got a
Eating
second
corn the
chance.
long way. I just
Remember I
love
was
that.
before that Wishingers
Fuck
pulled me out.
Goldberg.
Fuse there
Yeah,
too.
Goldberg's a douche. Do you guys remember when the Big Show was pushing Destiny? Or was that a fever
Yeah.
dream? Did I imagine that, or was that real?
No, I think that he did because he played a lot.
Wasn't it the Cold Heart? It was like early Destiny 2, and
Yeah, maybe it was early Destiny. Was it? I would hate to feel like that was a PR move, but he tried to do that. Like, he really wasn't in the community.
I feel part of me still feels like I imagined that. Like,
The Xbox game tag. Well, that's quite simply what you would see
right there.
right there. You don't really see us play on our personal tags all the time either.
Well, I mean, the only reason we are is because all of our years of Destiny work have been on these accounts.
Could you imagine starting over the 50th account? That's it. Final shape. Catching up to play the final shape with a brand new account in 20.
I mean, there are people that do that every year. I just couldn't imagine. That would be so
feel like it'd
boring.
just tedious,
Yeah.
boring bullshit.
We're going the wrong
Not
way.
for anybody that's not experienced. Don't get me wrong. Definitely do it. But like, Manny, are you playing Destiny 2 right now?
If you're playing, we'd be down to do some Gambit or something.
Yeah, for sure.
We'd have to do our one campaign mission first, but unless you'd count these two, Dad.
I think we found a passage.
I'm
down to
fine
the
with that. I
port
mean,
you sent
Yeah, I
us.
mean, if he's
That's
playing,
really
I'd be down to
Be careful.
play some
Nothing down
Gambit
there the Guardian can't handle.
or some Strikes or something.
Ghosts are always
Some
so worried
control.
about us, but never for yourselves.
There's a
Nobody
message
puts you back together,
from
is there?
Manny.
Whoa, no. Hold up. You told me Sabathoon's glitterbugs weren't working for the witness.
They aren't. I don't know how they got you.
Lucent hide. There's lucent hide down here.
Have some waves.
Hold up.
I also
You
got a
told
message
me
that said,
saboteurs
hey, I
were
checked your account.
They are. I don't know how they
Oh,
even
one of
got
the
here.
spam shits.
I checked your account on Xbox Account Finder and found that it's worth the money that they say. But if that's not enough money, then I'll pay you more money. Let me know.
So stupid.
What's my account worth? Like, what does that mean? My gamer
They're-
score?
No, I think they're trying to say how much shit you bought.
Oh.
But it breaks terms of service. You're not allowed to do that.
Why the hell would I do that? That's insane. And have like the fucking paper trail that I did that.
Yeah, on the platform. Like, what a dumbass. But they're all just blatant scams. If anyone ever messages you to buy your Xbox, Fortnite, Destiny, Roblox, Minecraft account, don't respond to them, guys, please.
Is this like the last city?
Looks like Last City architecture.
There's a needle shop. Can we like, he wants to, Manny wants to jump in the chat so that we can talk about Black Ops and Goldberg and all that.
And we could have a quick Manny appearance. Obviously, we're gonna lay a few ground rules. Just the expected things. Just don't be super profane. Obviously, don't say anything we wouldn't say. Like, truly, that's kind of all that I expect. Don't be shitty.
You're definitely.
I don't expect that
you're
from you, Manny.
You're definitely getting to say whatever you want about Goldberg.
Yeah, Goldberg sucks.
Horrible. Oh, okay. He's PR trained, sweet.
PR, yeah, I'm PR trained. That's funny.
No, it's the only thing. The reason why we say it, mainly, is because like we would have like super chill dialogue with somebody, played some
Well,
games with them,
we
and then like just jumped in chat with them, and like then it got super.
That Shadows of Evil game we played with one of our subscribers, where he did like a Kermit the Frog voice and made like offensive jokes the whole time, and it's like, I get it, but it's like,
laughing, guys, you gotta stop laughing because they're laughing at the frog impersonation, but then like if you're laughing at somebody's impersonation, but they're also saying offensive things, then who's to
Shit.
determine like
Right.
what you're laughing at?
that too. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't ever something too bad, but I was more so, I guess, just kind of worried. Like, it was always like pushing it. Oh, I wouldn't say that kind of thing. Like, yeah, I don't know.
He's definitely one of those guys though that when you found out how to pop a voice, like, hey,
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I totally get it. I was that guy for a while. Not like that. I wasn't ever, gonna be super shocking for no reason, but I definitely had my savory moments when I was younger, just trying to get reactions out of the guys.
Shout out James.
This is a pretty decent lost sector, though.
Yeah.
They don't really add them that often. I think they actually added 2. Which, I mean, lost sectors are actually really important in the end game of like grinding out late game armor and stuff.
Right.
Come on. I'm playing so reserved, like we're doing legendary campaign. I didn't even open the chest last time.
Alright, So what we're gonna
We
do,
found
Manny,
the
is
source
we're
of the
gonna
light
get
emissions.
out of
It's being restrained
this
like the others.
whatever we're doing activity-wise, and when we're done, then we're just gonna jump into some gambit. So it's just like a free-flowing thing that we don't have to concentrate on. We can just invite you and we can have this
Glint has one more
conversation.
telemetric we can check.
And if the witness has corrupted that one too,
Hey now, no spiraling into despair. We don't have that
I mean,
kind
we
of
could
luxury.
do this next
Let's
part.
rendezvous Glint's coordinates.
This
Figure
it's
out what to
another
do
one
when
of
we get
those
there.
things.
I just want to pay attention to what they're saying now. I don't feel like I paid attention to any of that.
Yeah, that's fair. And it was characters I like. Yeah, we'll just do some gambit. Can we run a couple strikes as well?
Yes, of course. That's mindless stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, and we've done a lot of those
This
strikes
is the last
many a
one.
time.
let's get looking.
Can we?
When we first came through the portal, we received a vision.
Yeah, we
Same
just
for you,
pull.
No.
Come on.
What did you see?
Energy. This is the last one. Let's get looking. When we first came through the portal, we received a vision. Was it the same for you, crew?
No. What did you see?
Energy. All kinds. An orchard of silver wind.
Well, you want to do gambit
Hello?
first?
Sure.
You did reset your gambit rank, right?
How do you do that? They used to let you do it in the menu. You can't do that in the menu now.
No,
You
you
have
have
to
to
actually
go
go-
to him.
No, we have to go do that because. All right, I sent you a friend request, Manny.
Holy shit.
But
We've had 27 live streams in the last week. Is that right?
perhaps. Manny,
27. Oh, I heard
what's
the.
going on?
Hello?
Goldberg. What up, brother?
What's up, dog?
Alright, boys. First and foremost, there's too many meta jokes that just by some weird, sheer coincidence, we kind of share. So you guys were talking about the Kermit going crazy and, you know, going wrong, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, at least in my channel, / my channel lore and all that, we have Gangster Kermit, which is pretty self-explanatory, right? Like,
Right.
it's literally like just Kermit, but gangster that my boy HC Hoover fucking freaking does.
You're fine. You're fine.
No, yeah,
You're
swearing
fine.
is chill. It's I don't know.
Alright.
Before you've talked to someone face to face, it's kind of hard to gauge what they're willing to say sometimes.
My
Yeah.
God, that was kind of what we're also talking about with the person that was. He found like the voice is like, okay, I don't care. You want to be a voiceover actor? I'll go ahead and take a back seat to that. It's fine. And then but then he found his voice was like to say like semi-offensive things in the Kermit voice. I'm like, shit, I'm laughing at the Kermit voice, but you're saying the offensive shit. And I'm
Right.
so my laughing. I don't want it to seem like I'm laughing at the offensive shit. But I'm
Yeah,
laughing
because
at
you're
that
doing
you're
it-
nailing the Kermit voice. So, but you got to stop, and he didn't know when to stop. He didn't wouldn't even.
But
take a
it's
fucking
also
breath.
like that guy who doesn't know when to stop in general.
Stop being
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
It just it slowly becomes less and less funny the more and more they do it, and you're like beating a
Well,
dead
somebody
horse.
said, "Oh, is this the so and so show?" And I'm like, and again, I'm not trying to name drop him. I already name dropped him just because it was respectful to say. Because if he ever listens to any of our other shit,
I haven't seen him in
one
a
of our
very
other-
long time.
no, one of our other members was like, "Oh, I miss him." I'm like, yeah. Pandas misses him.
Well,
But
wasn't
Pandas
that
thought was
one of the
hilarious, too,
didn't
so-
wasn't that Panda's first stream with us? Wasn't he with us when we were playing Shadows of Evil?
It might have been.
I would love to though. I can't wait to go back and, like you said the other day, to go back and do some of those Easter eggs that we didn't do.
Finish.
Yeah. I like Drak. I guarantee, as long as we're not doing 4-player, because 4-player scaling is kind of rough sometimes. I feel like we could definitely get Dad through the Drak Easter egg. That's one of my personal
the cool
favorites.
thing about Drak, you can do 1 person, 2 people,
Yeah.
3 people. It doesn't matter. So.
Yeah, I mean,
I just want to do it in a chill situation. Unfortunately, the last person that we were playing with, you know, he played it like a job and played it like he was. I mean, like I'm playing Pac-Man, so I can't say shit. I'm literally playing Pac-Man the same fucking way. But it's one of those situations where I'm like, man, dude, this is supposed to be fun.
All right, let me throw out a fun fact for you guys. My dog's name is Ludwig Maxis. So
hell yeah.
yeah, dude. Yeah, or just Maxis. Yeah, dude.
What kind of dog is
fun
it?
little. He's a Golden Lab.
Awesome.
I wish he was. If you were a German Shepherd, that would be a cool combo, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, wasn't the guy we were talking about earlier, who plays COD as a job? He named his daughter Samantha after Sam Maxis, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, dude. I don't know about that.
That's what I'm saying.
You
Like,
know,
I know people in my family who like named their kids after people in TV shows and shit, and I'm like, what? It's kind of odd to
but
me.
I mean, yeah, dude. But at the same time, I can't hate because one of my friends named this kid Goku. Dude,
How did he get
no.
that one past the wife? Like,
Bro, all right. So I'm pretty sure you've seen this out in social media when they're like, if I get a certain amount of likes, my wife promised me I can name my kid this, right? I mean, his first name ain't Goku, but his middle name is, so.
that's pretty cool.
Okay, well, at least it's its middle name, so like, could you imagine every single conversation with somebody like, so do you like anime? What's your favorite one? And you're like, shit,
Yeah,
I never
dude,
had
but,
any
like-
fucking chance here.
All right, I'm just throwing this out there, but specifically the Mexican community loves Dragon
yeah.
Ball, my man.
Did you see?
yeah.
Did you see
Loves
that the
it.
cartels had a ceasefire when Toriyama died?
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude.
And
That
it's
is legendary.
It's believable too, because like you said, the Hispanic community loves Dragon Ball. They have
Dude,
statues. I saw like some statue of Brawly out in public and shit. They have some of the most
Well,
intense love for Dragon Ball.
It marries well with traditional core family values. I mean, like,
that makes
well,
sense.
all right. Let me tell you guys something about Mexico. There's the car wash over there. Dragon Ball car wash, right?
Dragon
Right,
Ball
where,
car wash.
Yeah, dude. No, the not Akira Toriyama, but what's the company who does Dragon Ball?
Toonami?
Bandai.
Or I thought.
Bandai. They sent a cease and
Oh yeah,
cease and
It's-
desist to them.
because it's
And
kind
they
of
can't-
it's
Yeah, but they can't do anything about it. That's like the cool part, right?
Well, because Mexico's laws are very lax comparatively, but you look at Japan and they're the opposite. Like with the Japanese copyright laws, there is a zero tolerance policy as far as like there's no fair use. Like whereas in America we have fair use policy. That's why Nintendo, like,
Man,
you see them
if
suing
there's not
people left and right. Like,
Well, I
If
know
there's
that
not a
'cause
water park going on over there with the Kamehameha wave,
There is,
then
bro.
they're missing. They're
Dude,
missing out.
There's Pollo de Kakaroto over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is that?
chicken and kakarot over there, dog. I'm telling you.
got that chicken leg. From,
Dude, hey, you
Man,
gotta say
that's-
it like the Mexicans say it though. Kakaroto.
That's awesome.
yeah,
Or Goku,
I
or
dude,
Vegeta.
my Spanish pronunciation is horrible. I just like, so my best friend growing up, Gene, he's bilingual, so like having him in Spanish class was the biggest cheat. Like, so like when I don't know, I didn't retain any of the knowledge because I relied on him so heavily. Like,
It's sad because that's the one language that's most useful besides Japanese to actually learn. So.
No, what? No, bro.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I
Well,
think
I
as far as
mean-
like, as far as like making sure that you can be, helpful.
well, it is
and
the
also
second.
as
It's
far
the
as, like-
second largest spoken language in the U.S.
It's
Right. I mean,
yeah. It's
depending
English,
on where
right?
Well, English is the predominant language, but Spanish is the second most spoken language in the U.S.
What about Spanglish? Where does that fit?
I don't know.
Somewhere in the middle.
Well, it's kind of funny
Somewhere in the
because
middle, right?
speaking of Spanglish, my buddy Jean's mom, he like there would be certain words she just didn't translate. So like she'd be like yelling and then you just hear fuck and then like and then she'd go back into Spanish, like or like
That's me once in a while, bro. That's me when I start getting stressed, my man. My English, my Spanish gets so mixed up, and I'm just like, I'm out of here before I fucking, blow a.
It's all good.
oh
We're so chill though.
Just
Maybe, so you don't have to worry about that. It's fine. Like if you can't find the words, just wait till you can, or like say it how you say it, and then just explain yourself. And we'll get you.
No. This is only when I'm like stressed or like.
I see it.
I'll be going crazy, you know.
Oh, I got you. Oh my god, yeah, I bet. Man, especially if you're playing with super sweaty people, and then when they want to hold you accountable for some shit that's actually
So,
their fault.
do you
I'm sure
think
get
in
super, like,
Spanish?
pressed to defend yourself.
Wait, one time, brother. What'd you
do you think in Spanish?
say? Yeah.
Okay,
That's so weird.
that was
But yeah, dude.
my great grandmother, dad's grandmother, she's German, so like she
Oh, I know, yeah.
I was talking to her and I guess like over time she no longer thinks in German and she just thinks in English. So I was wondering like being bilingual, like whether you still thought in your in Spanish or not, because that's just kind of
You almost said native. You just assumed my language.
I was about to assume your language, but you could know many languages and that could be just a language that you know.
Yeah, that's true. Good man. No, it's weird because I've tried explaining this to a girl, actually not maybe like a month ago, where I'm like, my internal monologue, my internal dialect, right, in my head, it's in Spanish.
Right.
Like, I legit need to go English, Spanish, English, and if I want to do Spanish, it's Spanish, Spanish, English, Spanish.
Right, and then the
It's,
the order of words between languages is different. So like,
Oh, yeah.
that was my main problem when trying to learn Spanish was how you order words.
Yeah, dude, that was, instead of spelling ha 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 like a normal person, they put ja 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 ja. What the heck's wrong with them, you know? But, no, yeah, dude, it's pretty cool. Wait, I'm sorry to derail the conversation.
Oh, you're totally
back to my
good.
gangster Kermit, little story. So, my boy HC Hoover, the reason it's abbreviated, it's because, his name starts, HC stands for something. But, yeah, my boy Hoover, right? We got wasted, drunk, and he started speaking as, Kermit. Eventually, we made Gangsta Kermit like the legit thing. We made t-shirts. Dude,
Just for you, dude. T-shirts just for yourself is the biggest flex, I swear. We were talking about that the other day.
So it's legit Kermit, right? Holding the gun sideways, like gangster shoes, bandana, and the bandana had like little waterways on it, and it said Matty Mormon #gangster Kermit. But,
You gotta make sure you have the guns sideways.
Well, he's not gangster enough unless it's sideways.
Yeah.
For the least amount of accuracy.
So not a different t-shirt, right? That's the prototype. But gangster Kermit's catchphrase is nay nay.
Nay
That's
nay.
a word I can't say right now on your channel. You're so good fan of the story.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that.
No, because I'm a little outspoken, but I told you I'm a PR train, so it's all good. But nay nay something, right? So that's Gangsta Kermit's catchphrase because my boys. All right. HC Hoover stands for horse something Hoover.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because
Okay, yeah.
the storyline, he's a adult actor, and dude, I'm telling you, the Matty the Mormon lore is wow.
I'm just trying to follow it all. I'm like, uh huh.
All right.
That's great.
No, one day definitely we gotta talk about it just so you guys can get like the full scope of it. But
Of course.
That's crazy.
No, dude, it's cool, and it's just the second you guys brought that up, I'm just because we were talking about that the other day. We're like, we gotta bring back Gangster Kermit, and my homie said, nah, dude, my boys can't take it anymore. So
That's one of those voices, and I was thinking about like how tough it must be on voice actors sometimes. Like that voice is so demanding to do that like over like for a long period of time. That's gotta fucking hurt.
Yeah,
that-
I mean, you're constricting your vocal cords.
Oh,
That's
oh,
not
yeah.
comfortable.
But me and Dad were talking the other day back to Goku. Like we were talking about how much like does it take out of somebody to do that in the booth, like to power up to like go Super Saiyan in the booth. Like that must take a shit ton of energy. Like
You can watch it
Yeah,
on
man.
you watch it on YouTube, and you can watch. Yeah, you watch Sean like do like the small. He like small like you can like literally see him like ramp himself up, but you can know that he's exerting a shit ton of energy to do that.
yeah, like I mean that's
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 so-
thankless work right there. Like going in the
So-
booth and screaming your head off is like that's crazy.
Let's
That
let's
is
talk about
crazy.
let's talk about the most ignorant professional wrestler to ever obtain a
Goldberg.
My God. So
Wasn't he a football
My
player
s-
initially?
Yeah,
initially he
kinda.
was a Atlanta Falcon that Ted Turner said, "You can come wrestle for me, WCW." And literally the fact that he went through the power plant, which was a very difficult training school. Sergeant Buddy Parker was a very rough trainer. He believed in a lot of the shit like where you're basically beating the absolute dog shit out of yourself every day, and then like if you
It's like
cannot
that
quit
Japanese
through-
strong style wrestling.
Right. If you cannot quit through the training, then we'll actually train you how to wrestle. But like the calisthenics part is going to push away 90% of the people that actually think that they want to become a professional wrestler. And since he was conditioned as a football player, he actually passed that fast as fuck. But if you ever want to see exactly how horrible of a wrestler Bill Goldberg is, all you have to do is go on the WWE Network or go on Google and look up the match against William Regal in WCW, and you'll see exactly how limited of a person he was.
But I'm just throwing this out. I mean, you're right, 100% about that. But William Regal's a fucking goat, my man. He does
My God,
not get enough
absolutely.
rap. Yeah, bro.
No,
Like,
I think what Dad's
he's
saying is
goated,
is
dude.
William
Yeah,
is
Go-
William Regal
William
exposed
Regal went out
how
there, they said,
bad
hey,
Goldberg
They said, hey,
is.
Regal, you
Yeah,
go
he
go
made him
and
look
have
like
a
a
match more than
chump.
2 seconds with him, and he looked like a fucking chump. And Regal
Yep.
just like they're like, oh, Regal, what did you? No, they told him to do that. They said pull a match out of him. We want to see what something besides a squash looks like, and it fucking was atrocious. I mean, it's just like he just is getting the dog shit beat out of him, and people are like, well, who the hell is this William Regal? And people,
Try
and people,
45 minutes with Vince McMahon. Dude, if you guys know that, thank God.
What?
But if you guys don't know that, no, do you guys ever watch or hear Deadlock or no?
Ooh! Scorn approaching.
Oh,
Hello.
oh, hello. Oh, Roger. Hello.
I can hear-
Copy.
Giving up
I can hear you.
better life.
All right.
Makes him dangerous.
Have you guys ever watched or like listened to Deadlock, a wrestling podcast?
Hold on to your gun.
Whose
All right,
podcast
so-
is that?
Get ready for a
It's
fight,
Deadlock.
fight,
It's
brother.
a group of guys, and all they do is review episodes of wrestling and just have fun, dude.
Okay.
So, there's the Tough Enough episode, right, where Triple H goes over to Tough Enough, like season 1, right?
yeah.
And this is like right before Goldberg shows up. And dude, I don't want to spoil it, but if you guys want to hear something funny about Goldberg, please watch that.
Oh,
You
I
guys
mean,
can get a good
me and Dad are
kick out of
always
it.
looking for more stuff to throw on in the background when we're,
Dude, definitely, yeah, that podcast just, it's boys being boys, just having fun and stuff, but,
Yeah.
dude, I'm telling you, there's a whole little Goldberg bit right there where he's just going off on Goldberg. That's why I said 3 minutes, try 45 minutes with Vince McMahon, in the same match where he tore both the squads or whatever.
dude. And then the funny
Right.
when Shane did that, when Shane like did the same thing his dad did and tore both his quads, like
On WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
unbelievable.
went
I
to night
mean,
one,
like
and that was my first WrestleMania ever. 991. No, dude, you guys need to hear me out how crazy this story is. So, I jokingly told my dad that same week, I'm like, hey, I'll buy you a ticket if you're down to go. Because my dad's dream has always been to go to WrestleMania, right? So he's like, yeah, that's funny. You know we have money and stuff. So I got paid that Friday, and I made the joke one more time, right? He's like, no, whatever. So it's what? It's like give or take 6 a.m. I'm in Arizona. 39 is gonna be California, right?
brother.
So I go up to my dad and I'm like, I will legit spend 4 bands right now. I'll put it on credit. I'm like, I don't care. I'll pay for
I'll
it.
put it on credit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You think I got that money thrown away? Nah.
Right, of course.
Not then. But he's like, oh, you're kidding. I'm like, dude, I'm not kidding. All we got is drive over there. And dude, we made it. I think we got there around 3. Then we got our hotel room and literally left like an hour and a half later after that to night 1, which, dude, night 139 is, I think, top 5.
Yeah. I be hard pressed to disagree. It's pretty good.
Yeah, dude, and we had seats like next to the ramp, so we got to see like all the wrestlers.
Oh,
We
dude,
got
the ramp is like the
camera
best place
twice.
to be.
It
That's
is,
so
and
awesome.
It was cool. What's who's the new like CEO of WWE?
Triple H.
I thought.
No, not Triple H. The other guy.
Nick Khan.
Yeah, there we go. That guy.
I thought he was.
San
I thought he was like a
Diego,
relations major or something.
I don't know, but I thought he was one of the new owners or something like that. I don't know, but
It's still cool
No,
to
I
meet
got-
someone who's that high up in a company. Like,
no, dude, yeah, he was just chilling, and I jokingly legit said, "Yo, let me get a shirt," and he had to give me a shirt. 2 sizes too small. But like literally, bro, I never met this man. He said at me, he just gave me a shirt.
yeah,
So-
that's pretty awesome.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I had
Yeah,
a cool
absolutely.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah, we went. Me and Dad went to an AEW show for my birthday.
Nice, brother.
What year was that done? 2 years ago?
This was 16th, yeah, so 2 years ago.
Yeah. And you know, it was just, I don't know. I think it's just kind of surreal being in a building with a bunch of people who you've seen perform live on TV.
Oh yeah, dude. No, definitely. You guys have heard of GCW, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So this was in the beginning of this year, around February. So I heard they're going to show up, and it turned out to be the same day I ended up hearing about, right? Bought some tickets, and it's legit 10 minutes away from where I live, downtown my city, right?
Yeah.
Arizona. It's awesome. And it's cool because when I was waiting in line, I literally got to see Matt Cardona. I like dabbed him up, got a picture. I saw a couple other wrestlers I've heard about. Chris Bay, which is pretty cool. I'm like, I've been a TNA guy. Who doesn't like to do it?
Hell yeah.
You get what I mean? But, no, dude, it was cool because I got like cool seats. The guys broke a table right in front of me. Just super cool overall. But
Such a memorable experience, I'm sure.
definitely. Then I went to both AEW shows that came over here, which is cool as heck because Hangman versus
Oh my god.
Hangman Swerve. Where the
Such a good. I was about to say that was a fantastic match.
Dude, great match. But I wish you guys were there when the bell rang. Everybody in that whole arena just gasped. They were pissed, dude. Like it was just fastest 30 minutes of my life. You get what I mean? But yeah, and also I mean I don't know if you guys know, but apparently they're gonna get a Phoenix pay-per-view either this year or next year.
Nice.
So if you guys are ever near Phoenix, go to Phoenix, bro.
I have to go on more adventures, that's for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, are you guys west side, east side?
Eastern United States.
You about to say Eastern Division? You're hilarious.
Eastern Division. The Eastern Division.
My man got Pac-Man on the mind.
Waka.
God, man, I'm telling you. No, dude, but so that was the death match that you saw between Swerve and Hangman?
No, it wasn't the death match. It was the one on
I didn't remember that.
Yeah. So it was, it set up the three-way match for
still.
match. Yeah. Dude, question. Are you guys more WWE or AEW, or you guys just pro wrestling guys?
I was actually in the business.
Oh, were you really?
A little
Most I
dad
heard
more.
it was a month of wrestling training, and that sucks.
Oh, it's not for everybody. You're
No.
Unless you can get in 14 to 18 car crashes a night, it's not for you.
That's a good way
No,
of putting
well,
it.
this was
literally-
what I think I was 18 at the time, but I was still
That's-
kid, you know.
That's the best time to do it though. Like at 16 to 18 is where the best people got developed. The Shannon Moores, the CM Punks, the Hardys. All those people got developed.
Still can't
all
believe
those
Rey
people got
Mysterio
developed.
was wrestling at 12 to 14. Like, what the hell?
Dude, yeah, a lot
Ray-
of those guys were already at it by that age.
Ray was always my
Unfortunately,
favorite
that's also
wrestler.
why Ray's knees are already done though, is because he
Nice
started
work.
doing that style
They're
at
gonna
such a
talk
young
about
age.
that fight all the way
Yeah,
over the
dude,
tangled
especially
shore.
him. Did you guys watch Raw today so far or not?
No, I mean, I unfortunately, like nowadays, because of how much we put in the channel, I just basically watch, I'll watch Ups and Downs, because I like Simon on What Culture.
Yeah.
We'll watch that, or I watch the pay-per-views, like I watch.
Yeah,
all
we watch a
those,
lot
but,
more
like,
of the pay-per-views than the. I mean, I feel
But,
like
like,
if
yeah.
if there are people we're interested in who are gonna be on Raw or SmackDown, we're gonna we'll tune into it. But I feel like it's
now
like
that shit's changing in the way that it is. Like now that I just heard the shit that Triple H said on the Pat McAfee show about just killing the PG era now that they're moving to Netflix, I'm very interested because of some of the stuff that they have been doing since like The Rock came back and stuff. It's been really edgy.
Oh yeah,
So-
dude, it's a lot better. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
the writing
It's
has
a lot
gotten
better.
a lot better. I
But
feel like there was
when we
there
had
was a
Vince
period
McMahon,
of
like-
cringy ass writing under Vince McMahon.
Oh, 100%.
My problem was they were always writing for an audience of one, and then there'd be times that we would like I always harp back where Cesaro
gonna
and
go get the
Sheamus were
dog.
both working together, and I remember there was a time, Manny, I think it was like on a SmackDown, and they were like, Michael Cole's like, what an amazing match between these two, and it was the 7th time they had faced each other in 11
Oh
weeks.
yeah, the best of 7 matches.
Yeah,
I remember that.
But
yeah.
that's when they had started talking about how great they were before they decided to start doing the best of 7. They had already faced each other like 3 fucking times. So like they're trying to make me not think that I've seen them face each other 3 times in like 5 weeks, and then they announced the best of 7, and they're just basically trying to harp back to Booker T versus Benoit in WCW. They're trying to get like those feels of like they were trying to pull back that series is what it was. Somebody.
Yeah.
One of the agents in the back was like, "Man, just go back and watch Booker T versus Chris Benoit. It was amazing." Like no, like I'm so on the fence about Booker T being more than a mid character, and I get a lot of shit for it. But I mean, he's a good worker.
He's a good worker, great wrestler.
He's a good character, great character wrestler. I never saw him more than a mid champion. I never saw him more than a mid card champion.
Who are we talking
I felt
about?
like they did that to Booker T.
Yeah,
I feel like they did what they
I think
did with
that's
him in
bullshit,
WCW
though.
was because they had to try to they knew that they couldn't give it to Benoit because Benoit was leaving
But-
with the Radicals, and they're like, okay, let's just give it to Booker.
Of the time
And
though,
it's like-
Booker is one of the best people to put somebody over with.
Super solid,
Yeah,
right? And he found his
definitely.
character footing in WWE. He really the King Booker character. He really
King
found his character
Booker.
footing in WWE.
He's one of
But,
one of
like,
my
as-
favorite entrance musics of all time.
But
Well,
as far
it-
as actually them trying to say, hey, he's your world champion, I was like, he has the same match against everybody, and not everybody can do that. There's people like a Flair or like a Brett that can have the same type of match with everybody, but then still
Vex on the feet.
still lead their repertoire into your repertoire in unique and amazing ways. Versus a guy like Booker T that's like, okay, this is where I set up for the Harlem Hangover. Okay, this is where I set up for the spinner, and it's like you can see it. You can see it when it's coming. So they don't have enough technical tools to pull the rest of the match together. That's why he was a great tag team wrestler.
Would you say the same thing about Rey Mysterio?
Yes.
Kinda. Yeah.
I love Rey Mysterio, but you know what
I
he.
love
I
Rey
feel like you
Mysterio
know what he's.
okay.
You know he's gonna do some Ranas. You know he's gonna do the 619. Like I feel like you just kind of know what to expect. But as a kid, I feel like that's why I liked him so much was because I knew what to expect almost, and it was a little bit safer for me. Like I feel like I didn't
Rey
have to
Mysterio
worry.
He only got over as being a world champion because he got over with the Giant Killer. So they're thinking, okay, if he could beat somebody like the Giant, he could beat somebody like that's the hugest, largest, most oppressive figure for him versus his size. Then obviously he could beat anybody on any given night. So at that point, with Guerrero passing everything else, they're like, okay, let's give him the world title.
I remember when Great Khali almost killed his poor man.
Yeah.
Dude, sad times, bro.
Great Khali, sad times in general, right? I don't know. It's like they did the same thing with Jinder Mahal, and I feel like that was a big experiment. It was like, ooh, I
They
really
really.
like Jinder Mahal's
I,
look.
I feel bad
really like
because
how
I
he
don't.
looks.
I feel like he was a decent worker. He was just. He
He's
just
not a bad
did.
worker.
He really just didn't get an opportunity to be his own character and was just
And
kind
he
of
came
forced
back
to be
like Drew
someone else.
McIntyre did, where he came back with a lot more to offer, but it still to me wasn't like world champion. Like especially when there's other people that never got it. I will always look
Wait,
at
Jinder Mahal
people that
was
never got
world
it.
champion?
Oh, he came WWE champion, bud.
Yeah.
Really?
Like 6 fucking months.
That
Yeah.
does not seem believable.
Yeah, he beat Randy.
Randy?
Orton.
Who the fuck made that call?
Yeah, he did, right? And then Styles beat him again.
That is.
He was the transitional champion between Orton and Styles. Or for Styles.
Damn it.
That's fine.
Wasn't he champion for like 200 days?
That's the thing, though. Sometimes you can be a transitional champion for half a year. So they
Yeah.
really just don't know what they're gonna fucking do with the belt. That's really what it is. Like Diesel, Kevin Nash was the transitional champion back in the
And,
Attitude Era. Like they didn't know what the fuck they were gonna do with the belt.
I know
He wasn't-
I heard there's a political reason why he lost it. I just don't remember why.
I'm sure. Well, I know the reason why he won it had to do with Vince trying to get the Indian market. He was trying to secure the Indian market. They had just done some licensing deals over there, and he thought, okay, this will really work out well in my favor if I give, champion the heritage.
Okay.
That, so that they can do the PR tour and all that other stuff.
I just,
I get
but
it,
that's
but
just the
it's
wrong
not
reason to
done
do
that
something.
to,
I just think that's the wrong reason to do something.
Well, they
like-
did the same thing with Kali. I mean, Kali beat
You just
Undertaker in the most decisive fashion of anybody in like a decade.
I don't get a minute, yeah.
It was disgusting because he wasn't. Everybody knew he wasn't capable.
You guys
I mean,
are
they're like-
making my brain work overtime right now. I'm trying to recall this stuff, but I do. You guys are
Yeah,
making me work overtime.
if you like wrestling, I'm a.
I think we should let's change back to zombies, right? Because I was kind of I have not kept my finger on the pulse at all for Black Ops 6. What is like the expectation from the fans, or like what has like been said so far?
Alright, so Rail Base and God Gunther can come back, but alright, so we have a quote-unquote actual fucking crew now, right?
Right, so like a established crew of characters, right?
We do, but
You can still play operators. I do that. That was one of the very few things I had heard.
So we got that much that we know about. I feel like it's gonna fail. Deal 6 zombies gonna fail, in my opinion.
I feel like it's gonna have to do something radically different in a good way to capture the market, and I just don't think it will. I feel like it's coming at such a bad time, especially when COD, I would say Call of Duty popularity is at like the floor. Like I don't feel like anybody cares. Like the confidence in the product is gone completely since MW2.
100%.
Nobody has like.
I would say as the person that has the smallest dog in the hunt here, that I would expect it to have a combination of just some fun, quick base maps that can just like get your fix in, to a couple nice, lengthy, story-based Easter egg experiences that are gonna just have to be tied together with some good narrative and character development, and then also, then they're gonna have to be a couple of those things that are just gonna be for some people. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like when I was trying to play through that last shit, and 9 was one of the only maps that hit, and I was told, hey, the progression is gonna make you happy that you can take 9 hits before you die and all this other
Black
shit.
Ops 4, dude. Black Ops 4 is the most fucking.
I'd rather just take 3 hits.
It is so underwhelming. It gets worse.
You're talking about somebody that played it all this year.
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
played
This
it
okay.
all
To
this
give you a
year.
little bit of context, at the beginning of this year, I caught not all of it, but I mean, pretty much the meat of everything. Starting at Black Ops 2, doing all of Zombies Chronicles, so getting a good bit of World at War and BO1 in there. So like, he had played a good bit of everything, and like for him to have no have like people had reasons to not like Black Ops 4 because of political reasons or stuff that Activision had done that made them lose confidence in the product. Dad had none of that.
Whoa.
Like
Are we all in agreement that BO4 failed as a game?
I enjoyed it all. I won't go back to it.
like Dad said, nine is the best. The first map is the best map.
9 nine to me was like, okay, cool. I'm actually in this movie Gladiator. I can fucking run around for a couple hours in this and have fun. Everything else was a fucking tedious. It was all tedious. It was like it was meant for the hardest of hardcore.
Yes, it
and
is
that does
literally
not
meant for the
make
East.
anybody-
Like, Easter eggs should not be the first, the up on the forefront of Call of Duty, because that's not what it is. Like,
and how do you take a system like the Gobblegum system that was very well balanced and then try to replace it with something else that just felt like it was just meant to be a replacement? It felt like a replacement. It didn't feel like a good replacement. It just felt like a replacement. Like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. You can pick what you want now. Okay, that doesn't really make sense. I would rather have it. The experience is curated to how. Okay, am I going for high rounds? Am I going for Easter egg? Am I going for this? And I can pick my kit based on the spins, based on the mystery. You know what I mean? All of that, and then versus like, well, now I actually have to set in the machines based on how I want the experience to be, and I can't curate it on the fly. I have to determine before I start what it's going to be.
Yeah, which they failed with the perks.
I agree.
Pretty heavy.
I agree. Removing the staple perks, like the big ones, no Juggernog, no Double Tap, no Speed Cola. What the hell? Like,
They had Speed Cola. Oh no, not Speed Cola. I'm thinking Stamina Up. My bad.
yeah, Stamina Up was in it. Speed Cola was like built into another perk or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
or no, having all your perks gives you Speed Cola, which is just dumb. I want that to be a perk. I want to see all, like I don't know. There's the charm of it.
Hey,
Like,
Lego.
See, that's kind of something I liked about BO3. If with the weapon upgrade system,
I agree.
you could upgrade your weapon and get slightly quicker reloads, right? But like, it's not the same as not quick reload, freaking Speed Cola, you know, where you just bang and you're done. All right, let's talk about maps, and I feel like the maps are beautiful.
Yeah. BO4
But
looks good. I think
it looks great, yeah.
it doesn't, but it's also so cluttered, and when you're trying to navigate them, you get so lost playing BO4. Like, BO4 does not have any coherency to the map layout or structure unless you're playing 9. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it was a game that if you compare it to how the other games were, that it was so fucking overproduced.
but overproduced,
It
but
looks amazing,
without
right? It
a
looks
budget.
amazing, so it's got-
Like, how does that even
but they
work?
spent so much time on how it looks and how how you felt about like the environment and everything else, but then like it felt kind of soulless in a way that, which
Oh, yeah,
I don't know how.
Well, it's crazy that one of the last maps that they made was made by a studio. Know It All said that was made it by a studio that wasn't even the main studio. It was like their Shanghai division or something, and it was like, I think it was it Tagged or Toten or
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it was.
yeah, he was telling us on stream about how they were made by a completely different division, not even really associated with the project, that were pulled in just to finish things up. Like, and you can see that. You can see it in execution, like that they didn't really
Black Ops 4 was the only game in this series is when I went through and we got to play every map for the first time, all I kept thinking was, can this be fucking over now?
Yeah, that was the first time Dad started getting impatient and wanting
Every game I'm like, man, can this be done? I suck. I fucking like barely staying up with everybody, and then I got somebody that's trying to.
But even just turning turning the power on, turning the power on was an Easter egg within itself, on every map.
Yeah, man.
Why?
Definitely read about that.
Like,
I feel like all the Easter eggs just hard.
yeah, too much. Whereas you'll see, whenever we go back through and play Black Ops 3, it is gonna be it's just so much better and well-rounded of an experience. Like, it's just so much. It's it's good for the new players. It's good for the old players.
Yeah, you can definitely challenge your way
And
with guns, so that's
it has, as far as like the amount of maps like available, it has the most quality maps, because it has some of the best maps throughout history of the other Black Ops games, in World at War, and then you get the amazing DLC season that I feel like that Black Ops 4 had with I think the worst map is Revelations, or in Black Ops 3.
I agree, but I feel like it's bad because it was underwhelming.
I think it was only bad. It was made worse by having Zombie Chronicles come out. I feel like it could have just not happened. You know what I mean? Like,
I definitely agree. Like now, like in hindsight, honestly, Rev, it's a pretty nice map. Is it too easy? It is, but like, I'm not really complaining. I'm complaining because I feel like it wasn't what people wanted.
No.
But now that we have it, it's cool. You get what I mean?
Right.
Like,
I feel like
see people playing it and
one of the
stuff
most
all time.
underrated maps is Zetsubo. That is a good map.
Oh, 100%,
It is a
my
good
man.
map. Like, you play that one, and it's one of my favorite Easter eggs. It'll like it is heartbreaking if you follow like the characters, like the ending and everything. Like, it's just it's.
Sorry about that.
You're all right.
You okay?
No worries.
I interrupted you 4 times. I'm bad.
Dude, do you know who we are? We interrupt each other all the time.
Fair enough.
We're very bad about that, so I totally get it. I'm just glad that, like, you know, we can have a dialogue, and, you know, you're as knowledgeable about, like, the games and stuff, because I feel like there are a lot of
games and wrestling, baby.
yeah, video games and wrestling are some of our favorite things to talk about. Like,
Nice. I want to talk pop. Hey, yo.
yeah, dude, politics is wild.
Yeah, I mean, here's all I'm going to say about politics. Too many people are too ignorant nowadays.
Yes.
From both sides.
I
no
told.
matter what
Well,
side
oh
you're
yeah,
on.
it's any. Just people. The people who get involved in politics tend to know nothing about politics. Like
Exactly.
that, and that's right. Like that's. We don't tend to lean either way, but we definitely agree. It's kind of just like a shit show on both sides.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're all Americans, and I would love if we could focus on America first. You know, that's pretty much all as far as I want to go into with you
I
guys.
can
Yeah,
For now.
there, you've said nothing that's disagreeable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like nowadays people focus on like politically how they're different so much more than like the policies and the things that really do bring them together. Like, if you were to bring them to a table and like explain everything that they care about, they really do care about the same shit. Like, but it's just
points of views.
Yep,
Yeah.
different point of view, which side you're on. And it's like, that's just so shitty that we're at the point where we have to feel like we're on a side rather than just living. Like, we're just people.
Yeah.
Like, why are we forming sides against each other?
Yeah, it doesn't help that. I mean, everything's literally based upon money.
Oh, yeah. I
Like,
mean,
some people don't realize that, like, big media doesn't care what side you're on. If they can make money, that's all they care about,
Yep.
you know?
it's how they can get in your
Everybody
pocket.
Everybody only cares about statistical laydowns. That's why when you work at any given place, they tell you that they want you to push the survey or push the whatever or push the membership.
Oh,
because if
yeah,
you tell
100%.
100 people, then 5 people will do it, and then they're gonna get the 5 people that they get.
Well, it's
So,
almost like
all
those
it
call centers where with all the scammers
is.
and stuff, where like
that's why they
if
tell you
one
that
of
you have-
them
that's why you-
gets
you
that
know,
scam off,
make-
then everyone gets the payday kind of thing.
everybody gets the payday. Yeah.
That's, I don't know, that's just wild. To think that there are people going into like office buildings and their whole job is to try to scam people. Like,
Till you find out that your local news is a curated program, and you go on and
Yeah.
you can go on Google, you can go on YouTube, and you can watch that thing where they
everyone's
say
seen
that.
that.
They found they when they link that up, and you can actually watch them.
it's like
and they're saying it in their own-
16 to 20 different major local news stations all
Well, it's
saying
like
the
30,
exact.
it's almost like every state. They
Yeah.
found like
It's
one
all
representative from
propaganda.
every state.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just because if they keep people divided, then they can't get together and say, "Hey, wait a minute, this isn't fair. Why is this going on?"
hmm
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Well,
That's
the easiest way.
Unite.
I always heard the easiest way to keep someone content is find someone where they can feel superior to. So, I mean, there will always be those people who feel superior to someone else, and that's okay. That's good enough for them. Which is just like, it's ridiculous that we're just like, we're putting ourselves on different sides and like just saying like, well, I'm glad that I'm not that person, and like instead of just being like working towards the fixing the problems and everything.
if we all looked the same, and we all were the same color or whatever, it really would still be bad.
Oh yeah.
It's like
It would be it
only
would be
thing
some
that's
other
like-
thing. Well, what color are your eyes? What color is your hair? They're like
Like, do you have an extra eyebrow?
Or, we have perfect example when you go into like these situations where like schools that have uniforms.
yeah.
So like you have so many things that you have to have the same as everybody else, but you still have a couple things that you're allowed to have individual, and then those things become the only things that are identifying you as an individual. Like what kind of socks are you wearing? What tennis bracelet do you have on your fucking ankle?
Jeez.
Like that kind of shit that they can't control.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it
even
was-
then, I
right,
mean,
right.
those places, the hairstyle is
At the end
still a
of the
lot
day,
more restrictive.
It's counterproductive for us to be accepting. That's the end of it. That's what it is. If we're accepting and understanding, and if we don't take each other out, then they have to take us out. So it's better for us to take each other out by dividing ourselves.
I don't know.
Labeling each other, segregating ourselves. Difference of opinion makes it so that I can't accept you at all anymore. That type of shit. It's just,
I feel like
that's
people.
why you can. That's why you can have two political parties and it doesn't matter. Because literally, we should say why isn't there like 5? It should be 5.
Well, every other country has so many more. Like,
There are technically 5, but there's only 2 major ones that people
Well, the only reason why there is 5 is to make it so that they can define. Like, there should. Well, okay, let's say it's easier for us to read.
I think we should change the
But they
topic.
can't do that, right? So what they do is they just make it so that there's so many that it makes it so that it pulls away from 1 to 2, and then the person that should win on 1 to 2 doesn't get to win because there's too much division. And again, there's no reason to talk about it anymore. It's one of those things that all we can do is say at the end of the day, how we treat each other is what can actually affect them.
Okay, well,
I mean, because that.
let's move into video game politics per se, right? Like, what?
How about these big budget developers buying up these studios, them being successful and now closing them fucking down?
Fucking
That going on
Xbox.
now?
That like the fact that that's happened for like the past 5 years, like.
It just happened with another game. I don't even know what it was, but I saw another game that was successful recently. The studio just got shut down. I'm just like, what's going on? What happened? Like, what happened to when a game was successful that popped you up for a sequel? To now, if you're successful, it doesn't fucking stay open to make the sequel. Like, what's going on? Like, because I've always heard in like Hollywood, if they make movies and then they just don't even release them, and they still pay everybody, but they're like, okay, this is done, and then they just don't release them. So like, are we getting to the point where we're making these people lose like 1 to 3 to 5 years of their life for a project?
Oh, Hi-Fi Rush 2 will probably never see the light of day.
Hi-Fi what?
Hi-Fi Rush 2. I've never played it, but that's like the whole big deal is there's this game called Hi-Fi Rush for that everybody liked, and then there was the Xbox bought the studio that made that and was working on the sequel, and then right before the sequel was slated to release, they closed the studio.
Oh. They said,
That's just wild.
Most of the time, it's like, okay, you're printing us money. If it does well, then regardless, that's the thing about the sequel, right? If you're super hush about it, people are gonna buy it because it's good. So even if you make a shitty game, you're gonna get good sales in the sequel. So why are you fucking shifting the sequel? Like, especially when the first game was well received and people are wanting more. So now it's gonna be one of the situations where this studio is gonna have to kickstart this project if it's spiritual successor. I think it's so sick of it. That's what they have to do now.
Yeah, like Timefall with Apex. I mean, I love Apex. Apex is my drug. But Apex Legends, that's all it really is.
This Titanfall, yeah.
Just different, but...
I mean, but like the
best
movement,
VR
but you're totally right though. I mean, the movement engine, like all of that, it screams Titanfall. Even the weapons, those weapons, you could put those weapons in the hands of a Titanfall character and it would make sense. Like,
Yeah, which is nice. They just updated. That's all they are.
I mean, I only played the first one, and then I remembered people talking about how mixed the reviews were for the second one. Like the core Titanfall fans still loved it, but then like there were a lot of people who felt like they changed too much, or like I feel like that's why a sequel will always be divisive, is because like the people who really like the original will like it for different reasons than why other people liked it.
Well, I don't want to ignore. I think Lego in chat said they're looking forward to Black Ops 6. So, like, we were talking about how they could or could not succeed. What are you looking forward to about Black Ops
Yeah.
6?
Is it just
Lego?
the
Like,
is it just the promise
just
of
the returning
round-based
to
zombies
round-based?
and everything? Like,
It's, for me personally, I don't know about Lego, but the promise of having another game, another lightning in a bottle type of moment, you know? Like, I want to relive pretty much the original Ether story, except don't make it less complicated, you know?
right. It just got so in over its head. It just it's shitty to say this, but I feel like publicly zombies peaked with Shadows of Evil. They built a fucking roller coaster after it. They had what's his name? Fucking big ass actor played Nero. Jeff Goldblum voices Nero. And then you got like big ass actors voicing the main cast of characters. Like budget wise and like reception wise, I feel like Shadows of Evil might have been where like it kind of peaked. As much as I love the gameplay of all of Black Ops 3, I feel like there was probably the most money put into Shadows
Well, I
of Evil.
definitely noticed that since Mob of the Dead was like was that one of the first ones where they had like such a studded cast.
Oh
of
yeah,
voiceover
and that's what.
actors?
Yeah, that is.
They set themselves up for failure there by having such a high benchmark and then feeling like they had to like meet that.
Well, I mean,
Like there's only so many squads of really vetted actors that are able to get into roles and bring them to life like that.
but even the main
Have a
cast
fanatic like
happens
that.
to be pretty well-known voice actors. Like the main
They
cast
were
of.
almost all like gangsters and gangsters.
No, I'm saying the main cast of the main like Steve Bloom's character and Nolan North's character, Richtofen and Dempsey, and like those are all they're still like, I don't know, like obviously they weren't at the start of their zombies career, but like they became known as pretty like well vetted voice actors. Like I don't know, I mean obviously Steve Bloom ended up being the most well-known, most recognizable.
Is this cast that's in this next one like a
See,
well-known
that's
actor?
I don't. That's what I haven't heard anything about. Is who is gonna like, who's doing the work for the new characters?
Well, yeah, that's actually a great question.
Like, have they
Everybody's probably
has
under NDA.
anybody found? Well, sometimes you'll find listings, and that's how a lot of the time they'll find.
Yeah.
They'll find who ends up filling the role is through job listings, but I haven't seen anything really.
All right, question, guys.
There's something up ahead.
What is your favorite flavor of Arizona tea or
Memory.
lemonades or
I always go for green tea. But I love
You can't go wrong with that.
I love the watermelon one, and I don't really like watermelon flavored things, but the watermelon's pretty good.
The tropical mango is pretty good.
Yeah, and that's another flavor. Mango is not one that I typically like. At least I think it's. Go ahead. My bad.
Personally, weird choice. I mean, the peach is perfect, but cranberry.
I don't know if I've ever tried that. I love cranberry. That's one of.
Yeah, they don't even have that where we're at.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Oh, what?
You are in Arizona though, so you might have.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
may
you
have
probably
different.
like, a lot more. Like,
Arizona,
yeah.
Yeah, there might be different variations
Like I
there.
think they usually in our cases they usually only have like 5 different variations of that.
Yeah, but there's one something based on the word.
Really?
That makes sense.
I didn't know that. It literally has a picture of like on some of them it literally has like cactuses in the description of Arizona though, which is kind of funny. Given the fact that it's not out of Arizona.
Hey, I mean, they gotta
Impersonating.
some way. Dad made burgers. Demolishing this right now.
I love a good burger. But they should not be fucking red in the middle, ever. God, why are people cool with that shit? Where,
I
like,
like for craft burgers, so I'm there with you. But
oh, like,
burger,
oh,
like
dude,
the
for
Blend
sure.
burger, I want that to be
Yeah, hell no. Fully cook my burger, please. Like,
Wait, what about your steak then?
Oh, my steak can be medium rare, yeah, but not my burgers, because the whole point is when you the bacteria rests on the outside, so when you grind it all together, then it is mixed throughout the meat.
If I butchered my own cow and I made it from one cow, I would have like a medium burger. But when you go to the store and get some ground beef, that's out of a fucking dozen cows.
Or
Maybe
more.
2 dozen cows. Maybe 4 dozen fucking cows.
It depends.
You also look at, what they are allowing. They're allowed, like, I was seeing something recently that they're just now making it so animals can't have cancerous cysts on them when they're killed and slaughtered for food.
That is what?
That is wild.
Yeah. Oh, you don't even want to know the stuff that's been processed the last fucking ever.
Well, I can't
Yeah,
believe
because
Taco Bell used to be D quality. In the 80s, Taco Bell was D quality. What is that? Why? I'm trying to
That means it's
like dog
there's a lot of
food.
trim and
I
then a
think
lot of, like,
I literally think like dog
like
food
emulsifier
quality
shit
meat.
to pad it up. Not. It's fluffy meat.
Yeah.
Ew. Hell no.
It's like no, that's like your body's not meant to eat a bunch of processed meat like that. That's why you know when you get stuff like
Hot
gout
dog
and shit,
sausages.
yeah, you can have it once in a while, but like as a natural, like a normal regimen.
I found that just eating shit like bacon, it makes me feel horrible now.
Because your body is only supposed to have so much sodium in a day, and it has such an insane amount. Insane. Like we use salt as a curing agent. So what is it doing to your insides when you're putting thousands of milligrams in your body? Like,
You're curing
that's what
yourself.
we put it in through a lot of pretty much, man. Like same thing when we drink a bunch of bromide and shit like that. You're pickling
Well,
your insides and shit.
I
Yeah,
can't.
it's kind of the same thing with like liquor. You're just poisoning your body when you're drinking,
Oh yeah.
like beer, brandy, whatever it might be.
Well, and I think it's the problem is people are always think that like you're trying to like say something about them, but it's like it's more so like it says something about society that when we know like we're knowingly ingesting poison like that. Like
Yeah, for example, McDonald's. That's straight.
oh
blasphemy,
yeah.
man.
I mean, that's why like I try my best not to eat that. And at this point, with not to get too political, but with the prices these days, I'm not gonna go buy McDonald's when I can like get a actual restaurant like quality
Did you
meal.
guys hear that they're bringing back the dollar man?
Too little, too
I know
late,
that
in my
they got-
opinion.
Too little,
I know
too
that they
late,
got-
bro. Oh, I'm sorry.
I know that they got something akin to the 4 from Wendy's that they're coming back with, where you can get like a McChicken or a McDouble, a small fry, a 4-piece nugget, and a drink for $5 because they were so pissed that people aren't buying their shit anymore.
The Vid-Bits, brought to you by Wendy's.
I don't know about you. Your state, but my state right now. If I want to get like a cheaper combo, right? It's gonna run me $11, $12. I mean,
Oh, easily.
at that point, I can just go to Raising Cane's, spend $2 more, and get like 3 times the amount.
Yep.
Or you can sit down at a restaurant and get a nice meal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather go to a local
That's where
restaurant.
they lost me. When they had the dollar menu and then they, the steak that says 1, 2, 3, and there's nothing on there for 1. There's nothing on there for 1. And $1.89 should not come as 1. One means
Or hopes and dreams.
I have $1 and then maybe a little bit of change and I can get it. No, that's not 1. 179 is not 1.
I
It's
agree
almost
with you.
2.
One
so
should be like
dumb.
$1 while left tax, you know?
Right. Like I can have $1.25 and get the dollar thing. I can get somebody behind me feel bad for me and show me 10 cents and maybe get it. But not if I have $1. I don't have a dollar thing. So like the 1, 2, 3 thing when everything covers towards almost $2 to
Not even
$2
half
to
of
over
$1
$3.
anymore.
Gosh, that's the only thing that you can still catch me getting is their breakfast from time to time.
Well, also, if we are talking about just, their misleadingness too, it was like found out through a court of law that if you ordered the items on the combo menu separately, that it costs less money than ordering the combo, and they literally are charging you more for the convenience of saying I want a number 1.
Yes, you're saying less. You're saying less things.
So you
Yeah.
pay more money to say less things.
That's dumb. That's just the dumbest shit ever.
How is that not consumer confidence betrayal? Like, that's where I'm at with that. You literally are taking more money from me saying less words.
Yeah, dude.
Are you serious?
Kind of like the whole Chipotle debacle.
Oh yeah,
Where
yeah.
they started doing less portions, but now they're back.
Yeah, it was especially when you were ordering, it, they would give you like dramatically less shit because you couldn't hold them accountable in person for it.
I tend to disagree with this as something that's done a lot of food preparation. I like to call this the Taco Bell rule of two. Okay, you go to Taco Bell when you're bros, you get something, you guys can't get more than one of the same thing. Say you got the taco salad or the nachos del grande. The first one's gonna look immaculate, the second one's gonna look like shit. Because the person that made it was fine making the first one, and they gotta fucking make 2 of these, and make the second one sloppy as shit. So you get one great one, and you get one shitty. And you pay the full price for both of them. That's the way it is with Chipotle.
No, yeah, right idea, but not really, man. I like Taco Bell. It's pretty much all the same thing. Actually, no, I like it. You're right. Yeah, you're right. It clicks in my head, but no, I mean at the same time, like if I DoorDash Chipotle, my portion would be so much smaller.
Yeah, it's literally, it's because you're not in there.
Because I guess the viral hacks that came out were showing you how to get $3 burritos and shit. They're like, okay, bet. Now when I see the shit coming through the apps, I'm gonna fucking make this in a separate line. They have a separate line there to make that shit. They make it skimpy as fuck. They make it skimpy as fuck. I don't know anybody that goes in there and that would get it dashed and this is go in there and order it and take it away now. And I think that's what they want you to do too, so they have less shit. Because at the end of the day, if people don't pick up their orders and shit, you know, they have to get reimbursement. It's taxing for everybody that had to curate that food and all that other shit for no reason.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but Chipotle is near me. Whatever orders don't get picked up, right? They just leave my side and
It should. I think I swear every place that is wasted, that has waste, should just be giving them to people who are around, like that. I swear. So in the seeing some of those, now that we have so much more transparency now that we have the internet and shit, so we can see people who are working there and they'll show you the process as they're closing, and they're like, well, we don't want to do this, but we're being forced to throw away all this food,
like example, Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh yeah, that's what I was. That was exactly what I was thinking in my head. Was that trash can full of donuts? Like somebody would eat that. Someone.
You have places like Panera that donate all their extra bread to the homeless and stuff around the area every time.
That's what every place should be doing.
I don't know.
But every place should.
I don't know if you guys have Quick Trips out there.
No, I've never heard of that.
It's gas station.
Okay.
But that's what they do, my man.
Arizona seems to have way better policies than our local policies about feeding homeless. Because I worked in a local pizza store, and we had to literally do so much to give them the food. We had to do so much on our end.
It depends the area, to be honest.
Yeah, well, because it's local sanction. It's local versus federal.
It wants the homeless and the hungry people who die because they're not doing anything but being polite. So stop feeding them. They're not being productive in society. They're not getting back into the workforce. They're not paying taxes.
That's just horrible. So because they can't make the money, they just devalue them as people entirely.
Yeah.
That's why they just you can't sleep under bridges and you can't sleep on benches.
Yeah, what the hell? They literally make it illegal to be homeless.
Again, we're not trying to get political, but I will be always passionately about this shit. That doesn't make any sense.
No, I'm there with when people quote-unquote refugees into the country, to help out our own people,
Yeah,
especially
literally.
the veterans that have fought in our wars or after whenever they got PTSD, watch their friends die, and think that
I don't know about you guys. This is talk about our society. The fact that we're taught to respect and be thankful for our veterans. Yet everybody helps them out.
Yeah, literally, it's expected that you treat them with respect, but it's not regular that people respect them.
Oh yeah,
yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a great thing! Congratulations, what a great thing you started. You know, they basically made it so it's just like all these steaks are real bad. This is the end of this quarter. Let's make sure that we have this event where we give away free steaks for a whole day, all day, so that not only do we control the inventory, but we can write it all off the tax free. But we're helping those people. So make sure you have your papers when you come and get your free meals. You know, it's like, no, dude. When I worked there, I didn't make sure anybody had their papers. Like, if you say that you're a vet, and you're hungry on Veterans Day or Memorial Day when there's free food away, and I'm working.
Just say you're hungry.
I did. All day. I said, come back to get something. I'm not even put statute of limitations behind the time to come back to get this food. Because at the end of the day, they were just writing it all off. So,
Yeah.
and I was thinking at the time, so I was even getting paid to take care of the people, but I knew that there was a lot of those people that they were the only ones that were eating a hot meal that day. And I'm like, I wasn't giving a shit about that. So I was thinking it is servile work, you know? Like, my way of giving back a little bit.
I'll tell you something I like about Jack in the Box, the fact that you can actually pay with EBT for those families who can't really afford food, you know?
That makes absolute sense. I mean, it's like, I think
That makes sense, Manny, but people going to Red Lobster and paying with EBT does not make fucking sense.
No,
That
100%,
happens too.
brother.
That's insane. That's
Well,
insane. Like,
I've
I can't afford a damn lobster or crab legs, and somebody's gonna be on EBT getting the shit. That's where I'm
Hell,
like,
the only
okay.
way I can afford it is fucking, you know, take
Literally.
my happy little ass and try to catch some, you know?
Right?
And it's so,
No,
for me, though, it's so not filling. It pisses me off,
it's not.
those foods
It's
that are, like,
influential.
super
It's not.
expensive, and you don't even get full by the end of the meal. Like, dog, I better be
Yeah, dude.
stuffed. I better be bloated by the end of the meal if it's about to be that expensive. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
That's why I tend
talking
to
about-
like steak, because you do get full off of that. It's expensive, but man, I mean, it's you know, weight. So if like you say you get a pound steak and they cook that shit up, yeah, you'll lose a little bit of weight, but you're gonna put about a pound of meat in your stomach. So
all right, guys,
Well,
just to give you a warning, we got about half an hour left.
Okay. All right.
Alright.
Speed run. All right. Talking about like food and stuff. I don't know about you guys, but I try to cook as much as I can.
awesome.
It might be a little bit pricey once in a while, but I feel like it's better. You know,
Oh,
you and
yeah.
the boys just cooking up some steaks outside or whatever.
awesome.
It's fun. Plus, Costco. I don't know if you guys have a Costco out there
Yeah.
or not, but like,
We don't have
Costco
a
steaks
membership or
aren't
anything.
bad, my man. They're pretty well priced.
I think the problem for
I'm
us
not-
is that the nearest Costco is like cities over, so like
Oh shoot.
it kind of undermines the helpfulness of the bulk discount when you're spending a shit
So I
ton.
could
to
find like
get there.
there's a butcher too, but it's like 25 minutes away, and if I could go there, that's where I would
I wish
go.
we
I mean,
we
if
need
I
to go
could-
to a local butcher.
I live in Arizona, so we have carnicerias, right? Where, you know, they butcher their own, like, meat, you know, and everything, too.
Yeah.
But we actually have, like, this higher end, like, Angus beef Australian Wagyu place, right? Where this guy actually butchers, like, a lot. So, once in a while, I'll pop over there, buy myself a ribeye or something, you know, cook it up. But do you guys smoke meat or anything like that? Or no?
No.
I have family that has smokers and stuff. I feel like
Alright,
in
no,
our
'cause-
it's a little bit less popular over here, but I feel like it's kind of catching on more so now.
All right, no, because I went in there a couple months back and I bought an entire brisket for fucking like shy of $20.
Nice.
I walked in, he's like, oh, nobody's buying this, you want to buy it? I'm like, oh, how much? Like, typically they run maybe like 120 around there. You know? He's like, how much you got on you? I'm like, I got a $20 bill. I'm hard to give me the 20. So shout out to that guy. He gave me like a solid freaking brisket. I think I smoked it once in like 6-7 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just throwing this out. You guys ever catch stuff in Avery? Let me know.
Hook you up with some
barbecue party.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that
brisket
sounds
and beer.
awesome. That sounds awesome.
Nothing shows hospitality like some smoked meat.
Brisket and beer or bourbon or whatever you guys want to drink.
Down for whatever, man. Just like I said, just to plan adventures would be great, because you gotta have goals.
Yeah, definitely. You always got to keep your mind like ready
Well,
for
it's
the
funny
next
because you
thing.
said this shit about wrestling, and I've been trying to get Bray to go to, like, we were talking about going to WrestleMania, talking about going to the Royal Rumble.
just
there was
never
SummerSlam,
never
like,
made
there was
sense.
these things that were like close, but like unfortunately the quality of the product is so wavering that I was like, I not gonna go to the fucking Royal Rumble and potentially watch somebody that I don't want to win it. Like, it was
Yeah,
like,
that's
it was
true,
like,
but-
the booking was looking shitty. It wasn't looking like guaranteed that Cody was gonna win or should be that stuff. They were doing all this swerve shit. I was like, I did not want to go near A, B, or C scenario. So like, even though it was easily possible, we just didn't.
I'll tell you what, I feel like regarding pay-per-view, the one team are forced to go to will always have to be SummerSlam and WrestleMania. Those are like things you
I gotta hit a WrestleMania. Now, especially for 2 nights, like, but the whole thing is like, I gotta hit it up after the tickets are still on sale, but the cards are kind of formed, man. Because it would suck if you didn't go to both nights and you went to a shittier 2 nights. Like,
Yeah, that's why I was telling you guys earlier. I got so lucky with my dad that we went to night 1. I'm not saying night 2 wasn't cool.
It was not a.
Cody Lucas, it was yeah, literally from beginning to end, it was just such a good show, you know? Like, I understand Cena lost against Theory, but I don't think you guys understand the pop that Cena got second season in. Then Mysterio versus Dominic, dude, was just solid, bro.
Yeah, that was one of the best matches of the night.
absolutely.
No, but I mean, dude, you guys need to go to WrestleMania. It doesn't matter if it's night 1 or 2. I mean, hell, it might not even be a good one, but just to say,
It's definitely a
been
bucket
there?
list item for sure.
yeah, dude. Their tickets went live a couple weeks back, and it sucks because I didn't have the chance to get them. I was working at the time, but I'm still gonna see if I can try to go to WrestleMania 41.
I think we're at the
Another 6
point
hour
right
drive for me,
now
so.
where we're just investing, like we're any and all of our extra money kind of just goes back into the channel. Like recently we got a second setup and stuff, and we've
Good stuff.
you know,
Good stuff.
upgraded the mic quality and everything, which is very important. It's like if you go back and look at our early stuff, we didn't talk at all, and then once we first started talking, we used like our phones as the mic, and then we slowly built our ways up.
Yeah.
I mean, yes,
No, I mean, it doesn't matter where you start. As long as you start and keep on going, you know?
that's the most important thing, is that you
But-
just keep that fire going.
No, but most definitely, you also gotta remember how to live life. Like, I'm not saying don't commit. Definitely keep your mind well, put in 110 effort, but let loose.
No. No, you're right. That's what I was saying. We gotta have adventures and shit. So we just keep head first, power through, and it's just like, okay, I want to go to a festival and just watch some live music, eat some food. And do some
Yeah,
stuff.
literally. Do stuff that makes you uncomfortable. Do stuff that makes you comfortable. Just go.
Dude, that was the zombies content at the beginning of the year. That's what made it uncomfortable. I only like zombies in space, and I played like 20 minutes of Raven the Red Wolf, and I had no other zombies experience. I was like, we're gonna do this finally. I'm like, I guess we're doing this. And he'd only been bugging me since he was like 13. But 5 fucking years, like
5 years in the
Like,
making.
now, nope. Now, nope. You know, through the pandemic. Now, nope. Like, okay. I just didn't see it, man. Like, it was just like, it was how people thought about Fort. That whole thing, that stigma, I was like, oh god, I'll let him have his thing, but can you just let me not be involved with it? Can I just not be involved with it? Can he just have his fucking thing with his bros, just leave me alone about it? No, how great it is. It's great. Like, it really took Paul Rubens, fucking Pee Wee Herman, for me to be like, okay, I'll play this. And I played it, and I was like, yeah, this
And I also had to explain it to you
Yeah,
that
you
it's
have to
similar to
understand
an
that I have
arcade
friends that
kind of
have-
game
I
mode.
have friends that died in service. I have a buddy that's dead, that the main street in my town is named after, that I went to school with, that I wrestled with, dead, because of having to be in war. So, like, I did not want to be playing any type of game that had to do with real life circumstances. Where I'm storming the beach in Normandy with my bros, watching people fucking die as I'm like one of the 90 people that got to survive or whatever, or like, or I'm using real life guns, real life circumstances of this, real life, because I'm an impact. So like I get sympathy for when I watch scenarios, and when they're really realistic, I fucking feel like I'm experiencing them. So for me to play the space shooter with the space gun with these monsters, it's fine. My brain can disconnect. But when I'm supposed to be in World War II, and I'm supposed to be fighting the streets and doing patrol, and then I'm supposed to be in this real situation with really captive, which is historically accurate to a fault, I'm like, fuck that. Those people that experience that probably don't want to experience that again. And how come people are monetizing this? That's exactly where my brain went with the Call of Duty franchise. I completely just didn't. They kept saying no zombies, and I was like, no, fuck you. I don't care about your zombies. Fuck you. You guys are making money off of these people's pain. Like, that's literally where it was every single time. And finally, so I was like, no, they're having more futuristic weapons. It's like, it's more sci-fi thing. I was like, okay, now I'm starting to listen a little bit. I can deal with sci-fi shit. I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? But like, when it's like, no, I'm not wanting to go through Vietnam. I'm not wanting to go through World War I or II. I don't need to do that shit. I can historically see and watch retellings from people that experienced it and listen and see the sorrow and the pain in their eyes that lived through the shit. That may have friends that are on the fucking streets of our cities that we don't take care of and shit. So like all of that was like, all of it went back and made Call of Duty a nasty, disgusting fucking thing. So it was good that eventually something was able to be like, hey, no, there is something else here that's just on the same disc. Which, that's why I said, well, why can't they separate that shit? I said that shit years ago. Like, why can't they separate that shit then? If you want me to play it, why can't that be on a separate disc? It doesn't make me pay a full price fucking tag for all of it, because I don't want all of it. I'm willing to make you just play that.
Yeah, that's, I remember when I bought BO3 again, that sucks, man. It's like, I don't know why I'm still paying $65 for the game that came out 10 years ago.
You only want one mode. You only care about one of the modes.
Yeah, the one mode.
God, that, and because I know Dad feels that way, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I feel kind of differently about it. I mean, not that I disagree with how he feels, and he has a different perspective than me, but like, I will play more realistic shooters, and you know, that's nothing against him, but like, I feel like even with that, like, you know, like a lot of the time, it's not like a good game. They're going for so much realism that like, I feel like it's not. They're more focused on it being realistic than it being a fun game to play.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's
like I'm a game.
Well,
okay.
It's also weird because that's how kids learn nowadays. Just off of shit like this too.
Yeah, I'm a gameplay first kind of guy. Like I really do. Like the gameplay has to be enjoyable. Like, don't get me wrong, it can have the best story, but if the gameplay is not enjoyable, it's gonna be hard to sell me on that. Like,
you know how we inform and help develop and push the narrative of these studios projects. You know how we do that?
well, like when we just talk about
with our fucking money. How we purchase it, whether or not we tolerate shit. Like that's what's going on with From Software and the new shit with Elden Ring DLC. If they budge to this and they make the game weaker because of the demand, then they have compromised their integrity as a studio for the fucking almighty
they wouldn't
dollar.
do that.
They should. The game's this is their DLC.
Well, don't get me wrong, they're gonna do tweaks and make the like slightly adjust things to make them make more sense. Like I've already heard that, you know, small
But what I'm
things
saying
about
is it really all
animations
comes
being
down to, at the end of
desynced.
the day, if people don't like a project, then they still buy it anyways. And continue to buy it anyways. Like the new WWE games when they were coming out, they were garbage. Like the new 2K.
Like my friends who bitch about 2K and then buy the next 2K, pre-order it at the most expensive version every damn year. You're telling them that that's okay.
Title on there, and people go, "Yup, do some more." So when we stop buying it, they have to make it different. They have to.
Yeah, they have.
Oh, and they've seen by the sale.
That's literally any 2K game. That's any NBA
Yep.
game.
Any yearly or like.
We are making these models okay. We are playing for them, but we are fucking.
Well,
making
but
them
I mean,
okay.
shit. You look at why they're making Black Ops 6 the way it is. It's because in the year, or in last year, Black Ops 3 outsold the current Call of Duty game.
Yeah. Right. And they're like, wait a minute. That's us. What? We didn't get any. That was all old money. That was old studio. How can we get a piece of that pie? Oh, we have to make that.
Well,
yeah.
like,
Yeah, you do.
we got a renaissance, which is cool, you know, like, by the way, Father, like, I don't know how much you know about me, but, like, like, dude, I'm big involved in zombie communities. I'm all over the place. So I'm always helping. I'm always joining. You know, streams, everything. Part of like the little zombies group and stuff.
Hell yeah.
World record boards. Not the first, but a couple. You know. Yeah, no, it's definitely cool. But like, it's something I'm passionate about necessarily, but like something I care about. You know. Because everybody loves BO3. It's the best one. And they got cool guns.
I just think BO3 had it all. I mean, it had the like when it comes to the variety, I feel like BO3 has so much variety in the maps. Like whereas like even you look at older stuff, I love World at War and Black Ops 1, but their zombies is they're a lot more similar to each other. Like each map is way more similar to the last than it feels like in Black Ops 3. Like in Black Ops 3, all of those maps, like all of the DLC maps, really do feel unique and distinct from each other.
I just feel like when it comes down to it, as the newest player out of the three of us, I literally can just have Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, and Infinite Warfare downloaded on my console and be okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think those really are like, like I said, like Infinite Warfare is that different, interesting kind of one.
I don't even need all the DLC for it.
No, dude, Attack of the Radioactive Thing is one of the worst maps I've ever played in my fucking life.
Yeah, it was a big waste of fucking time.
I hate that, man.
BO4 will produce some money. Vanguard will produce some money.
Oh, I mean, we bought COD World War II, and we haven't even played that, so.
Backlog.
That one's at least okay.
That's what made me leave zombies.
I don't like it. I feel like it's okay. Like it's like a 5 out of 10. Like we were gonna play it just to kind of like explain. Like it was funny that you said that because to kind of explain the downfall of zombies, because that, like you said, that's kind of the start of it. Like that really is like the beginning of the end for zombies, in my opinion.
You know, and I think about the type of steals I like to see those 5 out of 10. That's the tastiest dish is the 5 out of 10 version. Or the 5 out of 10 steaks.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I really go back and find those all the fucking time.
I don't know. Dude, Dad, we watched that.
Right, like, oh man, this is so good.
Dude, we watched that. What was that? That tier list that Moist Critical put out where he ranked the Salisbury steak higher than the A5 Wagyu. That's crazy,
Yeah.
dude.
I just need some Salisbury struggle steak.
I don't know. The struggle meals taste better.
The struggle, sometimes.
Unless you're eating, I don't know. I knew some friends with some diabolical struggle meals. Like, I don't know.
Well, your cousin Seth was fucking notorious for it.
Yo,
ramen noodles.
Hold up, let me check out your guys' audio. We need Blair said audio might be going down.
Oh, the audio. Yeah, I'm still.
Oh, no, we're good. It's just, I mean, it is kind of low, but I think it might be their TV.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, like right now, we don't have the best method of recording audio, so that's why we're trying to move towards the Discord, but like,
Liverpool.
I'm a lot less familiar with Discord's UI and everything.
So the thing with Discord is, well, I know on PlayStation, I don't know about Xbox, but
I think we have.
won't be able to hear our like audio.
Oh.
So if you and Father freaking
What if what if I was on Discord on PC?
If you're on PC, they can hear our audio, but if we're streaming, they wouldn't be able
Well,
to hear your
that's
audio.
fine because what I would be doing is like what I'm doing right now. I have my headset and I'm using Game Bar to do party, and then I'm using the mic for Streamlabs for the input capture. So you guys are on you guys are on the same channel as the game audio. So I think that's why it's you guys will be like a little bit lower, but you know, it's kind of difficult sometimes to kind of what's the word, dial that
Turn
in.
up.
Yeah.
What, are we doing one more or what?
Let's do one more. Let's do a Gambit game.
Yeah, let's do one.
to wrap
My
it up.
dog is shedding.
Same.
My God, ours too.
Chief
fucking
is
it's just
make
like
it-
he's got like just like power like little cotton balls just coming out of his freaking hindquarters, man.
Yeah, man. Okay, thank God. My lab is the same way, and I washed them yesterday.
2
I,
times
like-
a year. 2 times a year
Yeah,
is
2
really
times
bad.
a year. No,
It's
and,
right around summertime and right around Christmas time.
around my area, there's nobody that I can find yet that wants to groom a dog for
That's what I'm saying.
that weighs more than like 30 pounds.
For us, it's
They didn't want to clip his nails. They were like, "Oh shit."
for
'cause he's
us. We
70
can't
pounds,
find
and
anyone.
he's a husky, and they're like, "Shit, I didn't really want to do this for
Like,
$22." And we're like,
it's-
"Well, we really don't want to do it because we don't want
Yeah.
you to be mad at us."
I feel like the
So,
the
Yeah.
pricing is kind of outrageous for some of the grooming for bigger
I'll
dogs.
take $550 a paw, considering the fact that you saw how horrible that fourth one was.
Oh my
that you had
gosh.
4 people trying to get one paw picked up, and he just like, if he could have been Manny, if he could have been hovering in a ball in the air, he would have been all 70 pounds of his ass. And there was like 2 techs, me and Bray, keeping him calm, and he's just like, you would have thought that we would just stolen his like best friend like stuffed animal or something. He was just pouting like a giant child. And it's the only time his entire life I think that he's gotten them all done, because we thought we looked it up online. They said that huskies were notorious for being self-manicured, and we're like, okay, as long as he doesn't have the dew claw coming inwards, we'll be fine. And he's been really good about it. But we're like, all right, man, he gets a little bit excessive with it. And I'm like, okay, we'll just get him all clipped. And like, he was just looking at us like, not only now if we come in for like any type of like, super invasive close quarters, which this is a huggable dog. I mean, he loves this shit. Now he's like, are you putting me down to fucking clip my nails again? Like, he's just like, he's got this PTSD now. I'm like, I
Or
don't know if
dude,
it's
he
fucking worth
like
it.
he was like obsessively licking himself, and I was worried we were gonna have to put him in a cone or something.
Well,
but-
sometimes I'm like, man, is he just fucking like chewing his toenails because he's hungry? I'm like, he's got food in his fucking bowl.
No,
and he's
no.
eating them shits.
He, but
I'm like,
he
what
he
the
he
fuck?
really does. He's over, like you said, he over manicures himself, and he was doing that with his fur. He was like, he licked himself until he was starting to like get a rash, and like then we had to like go and get like some steroid spray or something to help his skin like grow back quicker or whatever.
Yeah, we're really trying not to go overboard with it, because I just heard so many horrible things about people getting medicines for their animals, and then they just end up getting seizures and fucking dying.
Yeah, you gotta
Alright,
be careful.
Holistic methods, and gonna make sure that I'm gonna, be very informed before we get them any type of pills or shots or any of that shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
see,
there's sprays, there's collars, there's pills, there's all kinds of shit. I mean, from that to food, it's for horror stories. They're feeding their dog the wrong food, and next thing you know, they're just fucking dead. I'm like, stop.
my dog used to make sure of everything we eat plus dog food and
Yep, that's us.
blueberries.
There you go.
Yeah, Chief
us.
loves
There you go.
carrots and celery a lot.
Yeah, so I try to feed this motherfucker like healthy shit. That way you can get a nice gloss on his fur and stuff. But,
Yeah.
oh man, just this dog does not like. I don't know about you guys, but I need to eat like even his food initially. I have to act like I'm eating it. I mean, we can eat it. So
Convince him it's worth eating.
Yeah, no. So I legit gotta do that. So I'll get like some blueberries. I'll eat them. He'll look at me. I'll give him one. He'll like the first one he'll play around with. The second one he'll like eat it. I'm like, let's go. But yeah, there's a couple
I
things.
watched this video where this guy had to do that with his dog. He had to like put his dog food in the bowl and then put it like after he was putting in the oven like his food.
Oh,
and the dog like would
what?
sit there. The dog was sitting there and patiently wait for him to put it. Like he wouldn't cook it enough. He would put it in there for a little bit and take it back out.
Make him
and stuff
sing,
with-
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, sweet. We just had to have that happen, Manny, with the air fryer. We had some chicken tenders in there, and Chief knew there was one left in there, so he just decided he was going to pout for like a half an hour. And I'm like, what's he still pouting about? Oh wait, there's that chicken tender that's in the air fryer still. So like, took that shit out, ate the rest of that or whatever, and he still wasn't sure about how many was in there still. So he still was in sentry pout mode, we call it. He's hunting for the ghost of food. Because he wants to go to every place that food. Yeah, every place that the food was curated or eaten, he wants to go like linger around there to see if there's any more. So he's like literally sitting there, and I was like, great, just show him that the basket's empty. He pulls the basket out, tilts it towards him.
The most
he looks at the basket,
disappointed
looks at Bray, looks at
face.
the basket again, and just fucking like takes off. He's like, yep. That's like literally that's what the motherfucker was waiting for. Was to find out that the food was gone. Like it's insane. He's just like as much of a human as anybody else when it comes to food.
Oh no, definitely same thing with this dog. I also have a 16-year-old Chihuahua.
Oh my gosh.
That every day I go up to him and I just talk to him like, just die. Like,
I bet.
die,
I'm not trying to be mean, but they're so one-person dogs that if you just are not the person, it just seems like it'd be just annoying as fuck to be around them all the time. I don't know. It's just me.
He used to be like that with me, but now that he's gotten older, like he realizes, you know, not gonna fucking choke slam him and shit like I used to when I was a kid, you know? Dude, I used to, because, you know, I don't know about you guys, but Chihuahuas, dude, they get mad if you pick them up the wrong way, so I'm like, I pick them up and I can plain choke slam him, you know? He's out here freaking the hell out, getting mad at me, and I'm like, whoa.
It's like you look at them the wrong way, they bark, man. Like my grandpa or whatever, like he had two of them, and like if you walked, they had a corner house too, like he was on a second story, and like they built this little fucking balcony, like little balcony porch, and if you walked in the corner of the
Oh my
block,
gosh.
every time, man, as soon as you start to walk towards the house, like
Chi-Chi, oh my gosh, she hated the world. I swear, Chi-Chi lived to hate people. Like,
hate anybody that wasn't me.
Alright, so the Chihuahua, right? Same chocolate, right? But we call it Choco Meat, which is the chocolate, like milk powder you mix.
Okay.
So I think around, he must have been like around 3. This motherfucker would dig under our fence so he could go leave because there's like dogs around our neighborhood. And so he'd go, you know, and he eventually had puppies. And the only reason you know this is because the owner of the female dog came over to my mom with 6 puppies. He's like, here, your dog got my dog pregnant. And I mean, that's wild. But
your dog got my dog pregnant.
here's the funny part. So, like, over the years, bro, we saw more and more Chihuahuas around the block. And eventually there was a little pack of like 11 or 12 Chihuahuas terrorizing our neighborhood. We have a whole little
It's all
story
your fault.
about it, right, and everything. And they all look like this motherfucker. It's just, you know, I just look at them, I'm like, damn, you whore, you know?
You whore.
Yeah, dude, no. But
Have you no shame?
I kid you not, this Chihuahua, this one little Chihuahua, probably has, I'm guessing around like 8 generations already. More puppies.
That's wild.
That's what I'm saying, dude. So, we always make fun of it. I'm like, hey, take a leave.
See, that makes a lot of sense then, because I've only been to Arizona, no, Arkansas, and like they had packs of wild dogs. Like, and they had like a law there where you can just, it's open shoot. You can just kill these dogs
What?
because they're packs of wild dogs. Yeah, because it's control.
It's that bad?
Control. It's that bad. Like when you were too young probably to remember, Bray, but like literally like there'd be like 1 or 2 alphas, and then like there'd be like, you know, 7 to 10 stragglers walking behind them like in a group, like they're corralling and like they're surviving together. Like they have like their own little ecology and everything. I'm like, oh my god, dude, could you imagine being a child and all